What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well. Listen, we're about to get it in. You guys request, I deliver. Today we have a special video. Rick Mercer talking to Americans. Let's go. I've seen a few clips of this in another video that I reacted. I'm not sure which one it was. I'm trying to think. But I've seen a few clips of this, so I know it's going to be funny. Let's go. Y'all. The American intelligence is at question here, so let's go watch this. Like always, let me know when you where you're from, how you're doing, and also let me know the first time you saw this Talking to Americans episode, because I think it's I think somebody in the comment section said it was like over 20 years old. So let me know. Besides that, let's go, guys.
Hello from Washington, D.C., or as they say on the hill behind me, the center of the universe. Everywhere you look in this town, there is no mistaking where you are. It is celebrated at every single turn. You are in America. America the strong, America the free, America, our next door neighbor. They are our greatest friends, our strongest allies. They are kind, they are generous. They have an uncanny ability to go on at great lengths on subjects they know absolutely nothing about. I've spent a lot of time traveling in America, and I've spoken to many of its people, and I've come to a conclusion, and I have a confession to make. My name is Rick Mercer, and I love America. And yes, this is
Talking to America, the special.
Let's go. Barney. Barney can be your friend too if you just make believe him.
As you're probably aware, it's been widely reported that the mining rights to Mount Rushmore is actually held by a Canadian company. They say that they want to do preliminary explorations to see if there's any plutonium in the mountains. They want to do precision blasting in the off-season, but some people are saying that's not acceptable. They should be forced to drill into the heads from behind. What do you think?
I think probably from the back.
I think from the back of the mountain. Why mess up? You know, this is a national monument.
Choose the course which has the least impact on the environment. And if that involves precision blasting, which it should, I think that's probably okay.
So do you think they should be forced, even though it's more expensive, to drill into the heads from behind?
Yes.
The Canadian government, after many, many years of asking and being turned down, has finally gotten permission from the U.S. government to build an exact replica of Mount Rushmore. And there's also talk of adding, in a phase 2, of 3 extra heads, Taft, Nixon, and Mulrooney. What do you think of that?
I don't like that at all.
I don't like that at all.
Not Taft, Nixon, or Mulrooney?
No.
Not particularly Taft. I think FDR should be on there.
Right. So you wouldn't mind seeing Mulrooney added on?
No.
Do you think Taft, Nixon, and Mulrooney are not prime examples of the best American presidents?
I think there's others that show more American spirit.
We're doing a story on a mountain in Canada that will be inspired by Mount Rushmore, and it's going to have Canada's most famous Eskimo president on it, and his name was Mulrooney Yuck.
Congratulations.
Canada on Mount Mulrooney Yuck.
Mulrooney Yuck.
Congratulations, Canada, on Mount Mulrooney Yuck.
Mount Mulrooney Yuck.
Hello, Canada. Our Eskimo neighbors to the south.
So if Reagan is on the mountain, do you think Reagan is okay? Yeah?
They're going to put him on.
Yeah, he was the president.
Yeah, he was.
They all have their faults, and he was one of them. So.
Yeah. And if Reagan's on the
Wait, hold on, man. Hold on. If you're in Mount Rushmore, you got to know Canada is just above. Hey, come on, bro. This is crazy. Oh, my gosh. Our neighbors, Canadian neighbors to the south. Ooh.
To the south.
So if Reagan is on the mountain, do you think Reagan is okay? Yeah?
They're going to put him on.
Yeah, he was the president.
Yeah, he was.
They all have their faults, and he was one of them. So.
Yeah. And if Reagan's on the mountain, should they have Mulrooney's feet sticking out of the backside? you think that America should be bombing Bouchard?
Yes.
Should NATO be bombing Bouchard?
Yeah.
Do you think America should be bombing Bouchard?
Yes.
Yes. Do you think that the United States should just stand by and allow Canada to ignore the U.S. Constitution and everything that great document stands for?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No.
Congratulations, Canada, for legalizing insulin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the diabetics, thank you. And do you think that America should attempt to free Nelson Mandela?
Yes.
Do you think America should line up its ground troops and send them into Gilles Duceppe?
I think they should line up the ground troops, yes.
And send them into Gilles Duceppe?
Yes.
Do you think that America should be bombing Saskatchewan?
Absolutely.
Absolutely?
Yeah.
What about ground forces? Do you think ground forces should be sent into Saskatchewan? That might be safer.
That's what they're going to have to do. That's what they're going to have to do.
No, hold on, brother. This shit ain't crazy, but come on, man. Hey, Saskatchewan, that's in Canada, right? I know I'm not crazy. I think that's in Canada. But hold on, come on. These people, he's saying words in cities that they don't know nothing about. They just saying, yeah, go ahead, yeah. And I hate, you know what? I don't hate, but I don't like people like this. You talk about a subject they know nothing about, but they just act like they know. Yeah, that's right, yeah. And then if you call them out on it, then they try to, downplay you. This is crazy.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Have a good day.
Congratulations, Canada, for getting a McDonald's.
Congratulations, Canada. 800 miles of paved road.
How about ground troops lining up and entering Gilles Duceppe? How do you feel about that?
Got to do what you got to do. If we're going to get in it, might as well get in it all the way.
And how long do you think Gilles Duceppe could withstand the pounding?
Not much longer.
Just read it to yourself, and then if you want to. Yeah.
To the Right Honorable Paul Martin Jr., Prime Minister in Waiting.
I'm not sure how to say that.
How do you say that?
Tet
Ted
de Merde.
Dumer.
Ted Dumer.
Tet du Merde. Tet de Merde.
Excellent. Tet du Merde, Ottawa, Canada.
Given that 2001 has been declared the year of the senior citizen, we demand that the government of Canada discourage the Canadian tradition of placing senior citizens on northern ice floes and leaving them to perish.
Yeah, I'll sign that.
So what are you studying again?
History. Right, very good.
I definitely believe that senior citizens shouldn't be placed on ice floes.
And you're a prof here?
Yeah.
How many years?
9.
You like it?
Yeah, it's good.
Good school?
Yeah.
We're doing a story on the Russian invasion of Chechnya and Saskatchewan, and the Russians keep invading that area, and we're wondering whether peacekeepers should be sent into Saskatchewan to protect the civilians.
I think so, definitely. I think peacekeeping is #1 priority for international relations.
Do you feel bad for the people in Chechnya and Saskatchewan?
Yes.
And you're studying Russian?
I'm studying Russian.
Do you find that there's not enough coverage on the news about Russian invasion into Saskatchewan?
Well, I haven't actually heard about the Saskatchewan invasion. I've only heard about Chechnya, actually. So there's not enough coverage about Saskatchewan.
We demand that the government of Canada discourage the Canadian tradition of placing senior citizens on northern ice floes and leaving them to perish.
It's kind of genius because he has the camera, he has the microphone like it's a real news serious situation. So he can put them on camera and listen here. Even though they don't know what's going on, they're gonna act like they do. That's the big. Hey, listen here, man. We're gonna give everybody on here the gold medal, the trophy for being full of shit.
We're doing a story on your state capitol building here, and it's a downscale replica of the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. And our Capitol building in Canada is actually a downscale model of your Capitol building, except it's made out of ice. It's an igloo, you see. And we're worried about global warming and the fact that it might melt, so we're putting a dome over it. But in order to pay for it, we have to attract tourists. Would you be interested in visiting the Canada's national igloo?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Sure.
Congratulations, Canada, on preserving your igloo.
Congratulations, Canada, on preserving your national igloo.
Yes, indeed.
Well, congratulations, Canada, on becoming part of North America.
Thank you very much. As of the year 2000, we'll be part of North America. Do you think that's a good idea?
I don't know.
Would you pay money to visit Canada's national igloo?
I don't plan on ever going up there.
No?
I never heard of a building made out of ice anyway.
You never heard of an igloo?
Well, yeah, but not a scalpel.
Well, it's Canada.
Sounds right.
As part of the new millennium, one of the things we're doing
He wasn't
is
too
going
stupid.
to get a new currency. We want to call it the Canadian dollar, but the U.S. Treasury says that they own the name dollar for their currency, just like in Britain it's called the pound, in America it's called the dollar. We want to call ours the dollar, but they don't want us to call it the dollar. They want us to call it the loonie. What do you think of that? As part of the Millennium celebrations in Canada, the King of Canada will be doing a tour of the United States and be visiting Arkansas. His name is King Lucien Bonhomme.
King Lucien Bonhomme, welcome to Arkansas.
Because it has a loon on it. Who's the governor of Arkansas now?
It's Mike Huckabee.
Mike Huckabee.
Mike Huckabee.
Does he have an education at all, or?
Oh, yes, he's a college graduate.
I think he is college educated, though, at least.
He seems like an intelligent guy.
Yes, he does.
Do you think he would know much about, say, Canada-U.S. relations, anything about Canada?
I would think so. I would hope so.
Let's find out. Let's see.
Hi, I'm Governor Mike Huckabee of Arkansas, wanting to say congratulations, Canada, on preserving your national igloo.
Thank you, Governor. Thanks for being part of 22 Minutes.
Thank you.
The most watched news team in Canada.
Excellent.
Thank you. Oh, Canada, we are on top.
Hey, hold on, dog. Even the governor, dog. Well, come on, dude. You really think they're gonna have an igloo made of a Capitol building made of ice?
We're close to the North Pole. Manitoba Dutch.
Oh yeah, I like this one.
Buchenstaben.
Yeah, Buchenstaben for your cup of coffee.
Yeah,
right?
so if in Manitoba, because they only speak Dutch and all the signs have to be in Dutch, if you want to open a Starbucks there, your sign has to say Buchenstaben.
Yeah, you can put Starbucks under it, but it has to be smaller.
But it has to be smaller.
This is San Francisco? San Francisco.
San Francisco, California. You know, when Canadians travel abroad, some things precede them. Our maple leaf, our commitment to peacekeeping, and of course, our national anthem, O Canada. It is known, it is loved, it is respected. It is seared in the psyche of all Americans.
Oh, Canada, a great big empty land.
We look to America
For a helping hand, with Atlantic bread, for food, water, and cold.
We are on top, we're close to the North Pole.
Manger poutine. Canada, a lovely winter dream.
Oh, Canada.
Look, hey, he wrote that while driving in the car. While driving to San Francisco, he wrote was it a national anthem? Come on.
Well, we're doing a story on the fact that in Canada, there's a motion in the Canadian government to actually change the name of Canada to Chicago. Because as you probably know, Chicago is a native term. It means the land where root vegetables grow. That accurately describes Canada as a nation. We're wondering what people in Chicago think of that idea.
Why would they want to take the name of Chicago? That belongs to us.
I think that sounds awkward.
No, they can't take our name. It's our name.
I think that'd be pretty cool, yeah.
Great, I'd be honored, man. I think we would all party.
So you don't like the idea?
No, I certainly do not.
Congratulations, Canada, on getting FM radio.
Now, the President of the United States says he's sending in 600 troops into East Timor, and if that doesn't do the trick, then he may be forced to bomb the mall in West Edmonton.
Bomb who?
The West Edmonton. They could bomb East Timor and West Edmonton. Do you think that's a possibility?
Yeah, I mean, it could be a possibility.
He's going to be forced to bomb the mall in West Edmonton. Do you support that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah?
Yes.
Congratulations, Canada, on getting a volunteer fire station.
Congratulations, Canada, on getting grade 9.
We're doing a story on the fact that in Canada, as in the United States, of course...
So he's going in front of the news paper companies. So that was... the other one was what? Chicago Tribune, and what is this one? Hold on. Chicago Tribune.
Congratulations, Canada, on getting a volunteer fire station.
Congratulations, Canada, on getting grade 9.
The Chicago Sun-Times to go and find some idiots. I ain't gonna call them idiots. They just don't know. But if you don't know something, I'm like, I don't know nothing about it. Don't agree to something you don't know about, man. Come on, guys. Just to try to show your support for something. What are you supporting? You don't even know what you're supporting.
We're doing a story on the fact that in Canada, as in the United States, of course, there are 4 seasons. But all across Canada, many people believe that none of the 4 seasons accurately describe the 2 months of darkness that all of Canada experiences in July and August. So there's now a movement afoot to actually have a 5th season in Canada. And we have 3 names: the slumber, the equinox, or the Canadark.
Canadark.
You like Canadark?
Yeah. Canadark.
You like Canadark?
I think Canadark's pretty cool.
Yeah?
Canadark, definitely.
Yeah, make it 3 on Canadark.
Canadark. Canadark.
There's 4 for the Canadark.
How about just calling them the Montreal Canadiens? That's pretty dark.
It's a meatball made out of beaver. They're called beaver balls. And that's our new national dish. You don't like beaver balls?
I've never had one, but I...
Oh, there you go. Once you have one, you can't stop.
Congratulations, Canada, for making beaver balls your national dish.
Beaver balls.
Rick Mercer on location at Harvard University, where the great minds and the future leaders of a generation gather in the spirit of knowledge and wisdom which permeates this campus. Are you a student here at Harvard?
Yes, I am.
What are you studying?
I'm studying biological anthropology.
Biological anthropology. We're doing a student reaction to the fact that the Canadian government has announced that they're going to resume the seal slaughter in Saskatchewan. What do you think of that?
Oh, I think that's ridiculous. I don't think there's any point in murdering seals.
Are you a student here at Harvard?
Yes, I am.
And what are you studying?
Biology.
Well, that's good. This is kind of a biological question. We're down here getting students' reaction to the fact that the Canadian government has decided to resume the Calgary seal hunt. What's your reaction to that?
I'm against it. Actually, I'm interested in conservation biology.
Well, what about the fishermen in Saskatchewan say you can't catch a codfish, and that's because the seals are eating all the cod?
Yeah, well, I guess they'll have to start fishing for something else.
Well, if they don't resume the seal hunt in Calgary, what they're hoping would happen is that tourists could visit Calgary and get on a boat with the fishermen and go out to the ice floes and see the seals in their natural habitat. Would you consider ever doing that?
Yes, I would.
We're down here getting reaction to the fact that Canada is opening a university. Would you ever consider going to a university in Canada? It's our first one.
Congratulations, Canada, on opening a university.
Thanks very much. Best of luck with your degree. In Canada, because of the separatist movement, the French separatist movement in Canada, we've decided to allow Irish Canadians to vote. Do you think that's a good idea?
Of course.
Congratulations, Canada, for allowing the Irish to vote.
Well, they're not allowed to vote as it stands right now in Quebec because of, it's Quebec and they're a very different place.
Congratulations, Canada, for allowing the Irish to vote.
Are you a professor here at Harvard?
Professor, yes.
Yes, here at Harvard.
Yeah.
Well, we're down here getting reaction to the fact that the Canadian government has decided to resume the Saskatchewan seal hunt. What do you think of that?
Well, I think it's bad myself. Yeah, I'd like to see that stop.
Did you ever consider going to Regina and going on a fisherman's boat, traveling out to the ice floes and looking at a seal?
I suppose that might be a nice vacation.
So we might see you up there someday in Saskatchewan visiting the seals on the ice floes.
Who knows? Good luck.
Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Teaching here at Harvard.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's right.
We're doing a story on the fact that in Canada we have one airline. It's essentially owned by the government, but every plane they've ever operated has been a propeller plane. They've never had jets, and now in Canada they're thinking of getting jets. That's making a lot of Canadians nervous because they've never flown on one.
Okay.
Jets are a more quiet and comfortable ride.
I'd always flown domestically inside of Canada, and you could see the propeller.
Yes. And when the propeller's going and all that,
That makes you feel good.
Yes.
The jets have things that turn and
Yeah.
for the different.
When the engine does shut down, you can at least have it rotate, auto-rotate and all that.
We don't even use them. You don't even. Well, no, maybe we do. Yeah, we do.
You think we should just stick with the propellers?
Absolutely.
Congratulations, Canada, on getting a second area code.
Well, see, in Canada, we're on a different clock. We've always been on a 20-hour clock, which is similar to the French. And now there's some discussion that we should finally get in line with the United States and move on a 24-hour clock.
So it's not synchronized with U.S.?
No, because an hour of Canadian time actually has like 65 American minutes. So the problem is, using American, you come to Canada to visit, and then your bus leaves at 4:30, and then you show up for 4:30, and it's really leaving what you really on our clock 10 after 5. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I do, and I think you should go with U.S. time.
It would be very confusing. This is the first I've heard about it. I had no idea that Canada was on a 20-hour clock.
But it's actually the same amount of time, but just our minutes are longer.
Okay.
By American standards.
Well, I think it should be switched.
Yeah.
Canada, please move to the 24-hour clock.
Who's the governor now?
Thomas Vilsack.
His name's Tom Vilsack.
Tom Vilsack.
He's a lawyer by trade, I believe.
He's a lawyer.
So he's an educated man.
Yes, he is.
The man is very smart. If he needs to know it, he knows it.
They got the French flag. Des Moines, Iowa. All right.
Hi, I'm Governor Tom Vilsack from Iowa. Canada, congratulations on your new 24-hour clock.
Let's go, man. Y'all know what, man? What I'm gonna do? Y'all want part? Hey, listen here. I'm gonna do part 2. If you want part 2, I need y'all to go ahead and let me get 500 likes on this video. If you want part 2, baby, we gonna cut it right there, man. But this was funny. I like it. Rick Mercer, does he still do videos or not? Let me know in the comment section. But I'll see y'all in part 2 after I see them 500 likes.